Hi everyone, welcome to another short video. In this video, we are going to look at the security policies in Palo Alto Firewall, and we are going to start our journey into the policies tab of the Palo Alto Firewall. So this is my topology which I'm going to use to demo the security policies. Palo Alto Firewall runs a DNS server as well as a DHCP server and provides IP to this Linux client, and these interfaces are bundled in aggregate. And this is my internet as well as the management cloud. Let's jump onto the firewall. Yep. Yeah. On the Palo Alto Firewall, on the policy tab, on the left hand side, you have security option. If you click on that, it will take you to the place where you create the security policies on the Palo Alto Firewall. Um, yeah. So let's look at the things we need to mention when we create a policy. So there is a add button at the bottom. Click on the add button, and then it will open up a new window in order to create the policy. Yeah, you can see. So I right now the ping is not allowed from my Linux machine towards the internet, and we are going to allow that. So if you see, this is my Linux machine, and if I go and try to ping my uh, ping anything, basically 8.8.8 will not even work because the ping is dropped by the firewall. So let me show you ping 8.8.8. Yes, you can see it's not pinging. It sent two packets, nothing received. So now let's allow the ping. So name of the rule, allow ping to Google DNS and Cloudflare DNS. Okay, rule type. There are three rule types: universal, intrazone, or interzone. Interzone when you have traffic between two different zones. Intrazone when your traffic comes from same zone and stays in the same zone. It basically goes out from the same zone as well. And universal, it can it governs both of the zones basically. If you create a rule type universal, then you can have uh, intra-zone as well as interzone policies both. Description, uh, troubleshooting rule. Basically, we troubleshoot things with the ping, and then tag. What tag I want to allow? Let's give it a tag. I've already created tag. I'm gonna give it internet tag because it's a ping to the internet. Group by tag. Under what tag group I would like to show this rule? I would like to show it to internet itself. Okay, now let's move on to the source column. What is the source zone? So my users are in LAN zone. What source address? Let's use the subnet of the LAN, 10.0.0.24. And if you know about the user and you have configured user ID on the Palo Alto, then you can select a group to which your user is part. By default, it's any. And also you can set a HIP profile or either a device. If you have created an IoT devices within the, you know, Palo Alto, then you can select that in here. By default, these are any. So let's move on to the destination section. So under the destination, let me select the destination zone where the traffic will be going to. So it will be going to van zone. Okay. And then, yeah, I can even keep the zone any from by the drop down. And then destination address to what destination address is. I want it to be only to going to, I'll use this public DNS servers group because it contains both of my basically both of my objects 1.1.1 and 8.8.8. And then what destination device, if you have created a device, and then you can use it. Application, as Palo Alto is application aware firewall, instead of allowing services based on ports, 80, 443, 8080, let's allow the application. So in order to allow ping, we have to type ping, and ping is defined as an application in Palo Alto. That's the beauty of Palo Alto firewall. You can also select application any, and then under the service URL category, you can choose application default ports. Or either suppose if I choose in here the telnet, and my telnet is running on port I would say 8080. So I need to choose here telnet, and then I'll put the services TCP 8080, Otherwise, telnet's default port is 23, and if I select this option, then it's gonna say telnet and 23 only. That's it. Okay. If you if you want to restrict the access to any specific URL categories, no, my rule is for the ping, so nothing to be selected here. In the actions, yeah, in the action settings, action allow, deny, drop, reset client, reset server, reset both client and server. That depends on you how you would like to handle it. I want to allow the traffic, allow, drop, silently drop. Most of the time these two actions are used, so I'm gonna use allow. And then, yeah, when you would like to generate a log when the session ends or when the session starts, it's always good to have a log at the session end so you can see the entire session information. If you select log at start, then there will be two logs when once the session starts and when the session ends. Log forwarding. Do you want to send logs to an external server? You remember we created a log, server profiles and the log forwarding profiles. So I can create a log forwarding profile again and then, use that syslog server there and then select it here. Let me see if I can still do it. Let me see if I have a syslog server to be mentioned here. I'll just click. Yeah, I can put here like this. Kiwi syslog. I'll say traffic log forward. Yeah, log type traffic, filter all log, nothing. No, I can say and then say LFP for traffic. LFP for traffic. Yep. So that's it. Hit OK. And now this profile can be selected here. So whenever traffic hits to this specific rule, a log will be sent to LFP. Basically, your Kiwi syslog server. Okay, schedules. When you would like this rule to be active on, if we talked about the schedules, like 9 to 5, this rule should work. And then any QoS stuff you want to do with that. We're not going to look at this one. We are just going to look at the schedule option here. Disable server response inspection. Wow, what is this? So this basically tells the firewall, if you check this box, whatever is the traffic coming from the server end, do not inspect it. So on the Palo Alto firewall there are two flows, one is client to server, other is server to client. So if you check this box, Palo Alto is not going to do any inspection from the server to client traffic. So that's basically used most of the time when you have internal applications, you trust the traffic, you do not really want to inspect it and put some load on the data plane, and you want to, just keep it free from that, all the security stuff. So that's how you define the parameters in a rule. Also, there is a profile type. We'll look at the profile type when we have talked about the profiles. So there are basically, I would say, I think three options are in there. So profiles, either you can select individual profiles of these specific features, or either you can select a profile group that contains, all the profiles in a group, and then you can select the group at the bottom, or either you can keep it none. I'm gonna keep it none because I also do not have license for them. Yep. Hit OK, and my rule is created. But you see, my rule is created below drop all rule, so it's not gonna allow the traffic. I need to move the rule up, so I'll just click here, and you see there is a move option as well. Move up, move down. You can choose from here, or either just hold it, drag it down, and then it goes up. Now let's commit the changes. I'll pause the video while the commit happens, and then once it is complete, I'll show you. So the my commit is now complete. Let's close this. And while we are here, I will also show you how to enable and disable a rule. Right now, these all rules are enabled. So let's take this rule. If you want to disable this rule, you just click on this rule, and there are options at bottom. Click on disable, and it's gonna disable the rule. You can see disabled rules are grayed out. Let's re-enable this rule. Select a disabled rule and hit enable, and that's gonna enable the rule. And suppose I want to duplicate this rule, basically clone it. So if I go and select the rule and then I click on clone, then it clones the rule. So selected rule, I'm going to clone this one. where I want to put the clone rule, after this rule or before this rule, move top or move bottom. Okay, or bottom of basically this. You can select a rule from here and then appropriate order from here. Error out the first detected error in the validation. Yeah, that's fine. And then if I click OK, it's gonna create a new rule. I'll show you. I'll click OK, and you can see it created a new rule after that one. We don't need it. I'm just gonna delete it now. I just wanted to show you the cloning. Yes, that's how you delete a rule. Select and then delete button, and then you can see these rules are listed in this way. This is the default view option. If we click on by rules by tag, then it stays the same basically. But if you select rule based by groups, then you see in internet tag we have only one rule. That's rule number one. With internet tag in internet tag we have only rule number two, basically. And then with none, we have rule number three, and then another internet tag. Again, it has rule number four and five, and then none has the rule number six. If you have noticed here, we do not see the default rule created for the intra-zone and the interzone traffic. These two are the default rules. They cannot be, enabled, disabled, or, basically play around with. Okay, so now let's try to ping to internet from here, from a Linux machine. I hope it hasn't. Basically, I'm logged out. I need to log in. Let me put the password in here. Yep, let's ping it. See, ping is working. Now let's check a log for it on our Palo Alto Firewall monitor. Let me remove the filter. There should be a log on the top saying 10.0.0.2 went to 8.8.8. Application was ping and the traffic was allowed. And the rule name will also be listed. Taking some time. Okay. Yeah, you can see 10.2, 8.8, ping, allow, and after that you can see what rule is it, and session was edged out once the ping was complete. That's it. LAN zone, WAN zone. That's how you create a security policy in Palo Alto Firewall. Thank you. Have a good day.